we submit, my lord, that an important factor to consider is that some of those witnesses might be on the list of state witnesses in the main trial.
Sorry, that's
Yes.
exigency. Is that a fact? You remember
Yes,
I asked,
it is a fact. For
I
instance,
asked,
yes.
do you recall, who are these witnesses?
Yes.
Mr. Mgomezulu said, hey, SAP.
Yes.
I said, who? Then he elaborated and mentioned their names. He knows the principle. If any of those witnesses who are police officers are in the list of witnesses intended to be called by the state, you know the first privilege and preference falls onto the state, Mr. Mgomezulu.
Yes.
You are aware of the principle.
Yes. Yeah. For instance, General
No,
Shabani.
let him
Yes.
first
Oh,
respond.
sorry.
Because that is the only factor which is new here. That, let's read it so that, an important factor to consider is that some of them might be on the list of state witnesses in the main trial. For instance,
Yes.
General Shabani, so the state must still make a call whether to call him or not. He is thus a state witness. What do you say about that?
My Lord, I agree with the court to the effect that if a witness is purported to be used in the main trial, the state must be, in the event it does not want to use that witness,
Yeah.
can make the witness available
Right.
to the...
What's the section 2? Who knows criminal law here?
you have to-
Section,
I
when
think
you
it's
make
2-1.
witnesses available, you don't just make them available. The law
Yes.
says so. Section?
I think it's 2-1.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Right, yeah, you know that.
Yes, my Lord, I know that.
That's it. So,
My Lord,
no, let's just listen to me.
all right.
You must confer with Mr. Baloyi about the possibility of, for instance, this very witness, Shabani, whether he intends calling him. I made a considered decision. And you know, by the way, I'm functus officio.
yes.
You know that.
That's
I've made
correct.
that decision. I can't go back. But this exigency was never considered by me. I consider the fact that there were exceptional circumstances in calling these so-called 3 witnesses by accused number 1 in rebuttal of the state's case in the trial within the trial, because it was never mentioned at any stage. You and you and the other defense counsels, you held a private meeting. Is that not so?
That's correct.
I wasn't part of that meeting. So I wasn't aware that, oh, zombies are with the main trial or what. So I just listened to you saying that it is imperative and in the interest of justice and fairness that those witnesses required for the defense of accused number 1 be called, right? So I don't have a problem with that. The only problem which would appear to be a problem is if General Shabani, as stated by the state, is intended to be used in the main trial.
May I address the court?
Yes, yes.
My Lord, in relying on the exceptional circumstances that may emanate during the application or at the request of either of the party, it has been made clear that General Shabani does not have to come and testify on what the state will lead as evidence in the main trial.
Who says that?
That's what I told my colleagues.
Who told you?
May
I
I-
don't know that.
Yes, may
I don't know that.
May I address further?
Yes.
Accused number 1, when he places the evidence, when he led his evidence, he said when he was released, then that was said during the course of the trial within the trial. And I even, when consulting with General Shabani, I confined only
No, I don't
on
want to
that
hear
aspect.
no, I don't want to hear about your consultation.
Yes.
You know it's improper.
But I don't want to dwell much on the consultation.
No,
The
no,
reason why.
No, you know what? There's only one aspect here. Whether Shabani is going to be used in the main trial or not. That's all. The other stories, they're settled. I've given an order that you can call whichever witnesses you want to call.
Will the same
But
apply?
if the state says one of the witnesses it wants to call, then the law obviously says the state must have the first privilege to call that witness. And if he refuses, Mr. Baloi, if he refuses after having made a statement, you know what to do.
Yes, there are various
Yeah, the law is
avenues
clear.
open.
You can be impeached,
But what
etc., etc.
puzzles me is that the same state that is objecting to the calling of General Lishabane is the one that subpoenaed him to come to court today. So if this thing is canvassed now and I was not informed,
Yeah, okay, now that
Advocate Baloi.
Mr. Mgomezulu, otherwise we're going to be here the whole day.
yes,
Unless you quote me the law which says I can override the consents of the state that they intend calling Lishabane. If it's in the law, I will order it, okay?
thank you, my lord, I will do so.
Otherwise,
But may I
Sisi-
just place
Sisi-
this one,
Sisi-
because the state has already made submissions relating to all what the court has
To what?
had. I'm saying the state has already made
to
submissions
do what?
about these heads of argument, and I was not even informed that they are going to.
No, they're irrelevant now because like I said,
They are relevant, but I was not afforded the
Yeah, yeah, fine.
opportunity, and I did not consult with accused number
Yeah,
one.
fine.
Yes.
But those hits, they're okay. The only new dichotomy which they traverse is the fact that Lishabane may possibly be called by the state as a witness in the main trial. That's all. Otherwise, all these principles, I know them. One case you, Mr. Baloi, forgot is State versus King. Hello? Are you aware of that
Yes,
case?
indeed, my lord.
That's it. That's the leading case in this exigence.
Yes,
SCA. Judgment was written by Harams.
yes. But
Okay.
can we
So,
just
okay,
maybe,
lomthetho ngiyawazi.
But my lord, I'm really concerned about this
The-
objection by the state.
Ah, no.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. You can discuss it when you are having coffee.
So is the same apply to the second witness that I was going to call, Warrant Officer
No, he
Makubu?
hasn't mentioned him in the papers here. I'm talking about what he says. He doesn't say, and so, unless he says that, but he hasn't said that.